All right, well, we moved it on over to the kitchen today with Josh Hansen, chef de cuisine from Margarita Grill in Virginia Beach.
Yeah.
Josh, woo-woo.
Hi.
Woo-woo, Josh.
Hi there.
Nice to meet you.
So you guys,
delicious.
you have both of us to hassle you in the kitchen today.
Awesome.
So tell us more about what we're going to use to make our recipe today. We got live lobster.
We do have live lobsters today, which might be too much of a hassle for most people, but for the sake of television, I brought Sam and Dave with us. He is still alive and kicking. I did.
That's terrible.
I did name them.
Okay.
Well, you know, they're living creatures. They deserve an identity. Before we make them into tacos.
Right.
We're going to make truffled lobster tacos with corn salsa. The corn salsa is not really salsa. Technically in Spanish, salsa means sauce. So most of what we call salsas are actually salads.
Okay.
So it's more like a corn relish, a corn salad, something like that.
Gotcha.
What you want to do is just... what?
We're going to start cooking in a moment.
Oh, man.
Oh. It's time to find out who is, wearing real fur this morning. All right, we're back in the Hampton Roadshow kitchen with Josh Hansen from Margarita Grill in Virginia Beach. He's going to make a couple of favorites from the Baja menu, truffled lobster tacos with corn salsa and queso cotija.
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 Yeah. Jace.
Yummy.
Jace pronounced like an H.
Right. Hello, Mrs. Marinelli. That is my Spanish teacher. How are you? Sorry, it didn't stick. Okay. Anyway, you're going to start actually with the corn salsa.
Right. We're going to do the corn salsa first. In part because we're gonna put a little flavor into this water. We're going to just want to boil your corn on the cob.
Okay.
Corn is delicious raw in peak season. It doesn't really matter how long you cook it, unless you cook it too much. So I always err on the side of less cooking.
Okay.
Another great way to do it is on the grill. If we were in the summertime, I'd say cook it on the grill. But basically, you're just going to cook it off, let it cool down, and then cutting corn off the cob is a pretty simple procedure.
It's actually fun. I enjoy doing it.
Yeah. Most people don't do it. I mean, honestly, this time of year, corn is out of season. You're probably better off using frozen corn.
Really?
Yeah, it's going to... The thing with frozen vegetables is that they're picked at the peak of freshness, when they're the very best.
Okay.
So rather than buying fresh, out-of-season vegetables, you're almost always better off buying frozen vegetables that were done in season.
Yummy.
But anyway, with corn...
Pretend we're in season.
Yes.
We'll pretend.
This is the peak of corn season.
It's summertime.
Take our sweater.
I know, yeah. Where's my flip-flops?
When you cut corn off the cob, you want to create a little barrier for yourself, because when I start cutting this corn off,
Catch the blood.
it's gonna start sliding around.
Slice your finger.
And then
Make sure you're prepped for a quick tourniquet. I'm just kidding.
and if in your kitchen space, you're gonna end up with little pieces of corn stuck in your range, whatever.
Okay.
So clear all that off.
Man, that's like easy. I've
It
never
is.
done that. I've not done that.
It is.
I enjoy doing it and watching it. It just looks like so much
That's
fun.
the second time you talked about how much you enjoy cutting corn.
I do. I just, I don't even cook that much.
Now, what some people might neglect is that when you cut corn off the cob, there's a lot of good stuff on there. Some of the sweetest and best part of the corn is left on the cob. So you want to give it a little scrape. We're going to get last little bits out of there.
Have you ever cut yourself cutting corn on the cob?
Not corn on the cob, no. I've cut myself doing almost everything else, but never that. Never that.
Brushing his teeth.
Yeah.
Right. You'd be surprised. So you want to just put all that in your bowl.
Yes.
And then mince some shallot here.
Okay.
Shallots are like baby onions.
Shallots,
They're like if onions and garlic had a baby.
Sure. Yeah, I like that. I
go.
like that idea. That's what your shallot looks like right there. They're delicious. You'll find them in every grocery store. Not a lot of people use them, but they should.
Okay.
This is a poblano pepper. Sometimes you'll see them at the grocery store called pasilla, which is incorrect. Pasilla is actually a dried chili.
Liars at the grocery store.
The dried version of the poblano pepper is the ancho chili, which most people are familiar with. Yeah, does that sound familiar? Ancho?
Yes.
No?
I've heard of that.
It does.
Good.
And what's the spice factor on this? Is it super spicy?
It's pretty low. It's pretty low. Poblanos are pretty mild. They've got kind of a rich, almost smoky flavor. But anyway, you want to dice those up. Anytime you're making a salad or relish like this, you kind of want to.
Keep it small.
The goal is to make everything be close to the same size.
Okay.
So when you're cutting up peppers for in your corn salsa, you want to make it, about the size of a kernel of corn.
All right.
So put that in there.
It does smell delicious.
Thank you. And then a little bit of cilantro. The trick with cutting cilantro, or any herb really, is you want to twist it up tight.
Oh.
Well, twist it up tight so you get, and then always cat paw.
That's a good tip. Be very careful.
And then cut tight and close. Keep everything roasted.
We're going to let you throw the rest of that together.
Right.
When we come back, we'll talk about how you put the finishing touches on that, and then we're going to move on to the lobster. Right now, it's time to get a little... Oh, my gosh. All right, we're back in the Hampton Roadshow kitchen with Josh Hansen, chef de cuisine from Margarita Grill in Virginia Beach, and the prime suspect in the death of two lobsters. He's making truffled lobster tacos with corn salsa and queso cotija. There's no way around killing the lobsters.
That's true. You have to kill them.
I'm officially going to get
What
over
was
it
this
now.
guy's name? He had a name, right?
You know what? I mixed them up already. That's terrible. I think this was Sam and that was Dave.
It doesn't
But either
really matter
way.
now. They're
Rest in
taco
peace,
filled.
Dave.
We need to move
We're gonna
forward,
be in a better
right?
place soon.
Don't
All
make
right.
me bring Bernice Armour over here to teach us how to just get past it. Just
Yeah.
get past it.
So what we do is we're just parboiling the lobster, which means we're not going to cook them all the way through.
Okay.
Because we're going to finish them sautéed.
Okay.
What I've done here is I've already broken out Sam here.
Yes.
And you can see that the meat is still translucent.
Yep.
We just want to cook the outside just a little bit, so it makes it easier to pull it out. If you've ever tried to shell raw lobster, it's very, very difficult.
Can't say I've ever done it.
Cook lobster's that's no easy task either.
Right, and just double that. So,
Right
so
on.
what you want to do is parboiling. You know, it's for a 1 pound lobster, pound-and-a-half lobster. You're looking 4 to 6 minutes, something
Okay.
like that. If you cook it a little bit more than this, it's not really a big deal.
Okay.
You want to be careful though, because there are
There's a little bone in there.
little bones inside of all this stuff.
Never
and,
knew that.
You know, when it's fully cooked, it just pulls off easily, but you have to cut it out when
Right.
it's raw. Now, I
Whoa!
magically,
I thought it was
sizzling.
dead.
It's alive!
Still flapping in there.
again through the magic of television, which we were just discussing earlier,
Yes.
Ta-da!
look, lobster.
Okay.
So I just put about a half a stick of butter into my saute pan here.
Okay.
And we're just going to put a little pinch of ancho chili. If you remember, that's
We
the dried
discussed that.
version
Yes.
of the poblano chili.
I like
now,
it spicy.
Now, you might not be able to find ancho chili at the grocery store. I would not advise using something called chili powder. If there's nothing in front of it, if there's no word in front of the word chili powder, then your chili powder is
Sand.
Well, it's like
What is it?
it's a blend of different chilies, and usually there's like garlic powder and cumin and stuff in there, which
Okay.
isn't bad.
Yeah.
But it's adding a bunch of flavors in here that we don't necessarily.
You're going to have to go into the witness protection program with all this stuff you're giving up
know.
on the grocery stores.
Hey.
Just being honest. Keep it real.
It's good. It's good for my business to put all the grocery stores out of business.
That's a good point. But you'd have to, round off all your prices or Chris won't come.
I know. Forget that penny.
All right, what's next?
So basically, we're just going to cook the lobster until it, you know what cooked lobster is. Hopefully, it's going to be
Yes.
completely opaque, bright red, and then all
And
we
you
have
got
to
your
do
little
to all you have to do
shells.
to make a taco is now I like to use corn tortillas. The trick with corn tortillas, you want to use 2 at a time. Because what they're going to do is they're going to steam together and make one sturdy tortilla. If you try to use one, they'll kind of break apart and not
That's
work
a
too
great
well.
trick.
Right. Or you can use flour tortillas. I know that that's a lot of people's favorite. Just warm them up in a skillet. I actually sometimes, if you're really on top of it, I like to do them straight on the burner.
Woo! That's dangerous.
It is. The Hampton Roadshow
Dangerous
does not
is middle
condone
name.
Yeah. Dangerous.
All right.
eating up tortillas. All right.
Our producer just said we got to wrap it up again.
Here it comes.
We got to wrap it
Well,
up like
you know
we're
what?
wrapping it in a tortilla.
You know what's great about tacos is?
What?
Is all you have to do is just put it in the tortilla and it's done.
Done. Kabang. All right. Can you make a whole bunch more for
I'm
our
gonna
friends?
make a ton of them.
Okay. All
Well,
right.
I'm gonna
Looks
make this
delicious.
That looks
All right.
awesome.
Cool.
Thank you very much. Don't forget the Margarita Grill is at 2340 Virginia Beach Boulevard in Virginia Beach. Or you can go to margaritagrillvb.com. Call 227-5890. All right, Josh, we'll be back in just a bit.